how do you leverage yourself out there so that they're not competing with you? They don't just pack up and become their own company.
Well, they can. I mean, a lot of it really depends, again, on their comfort level.
Yeah.
Because having done it for a few years, it's exhausting to just always be out there selling yourself while you're trying to do the work at the same time. And people who've done it are actually the best people for us to hire because they get that struggle.
Yeah.
And they don't really feel like doing it anymore. And at the end of the day, when they're an independent, even though they might charge more than they would actually make on paper, when everything's said and done, it's not that much more. We have a couple of companies who are in adjacent service businesses where there's little to no overlap. And one of them is a local company here who has business with 47 of the top 50 biotech and pharma companies. And they have a salesperson on the ground in the Bay Area. So my idea is to, and they're completely on board with it because, again, some of the services we offer are really difficult to find in any other place, especially around the regulatory piece. They want to collaborate with us, and they want us to educate, want me to educate their salesperson on what the services are that we offer, because then they can cross-sell. So I see that as another really great synergy. We don't even have to pay for it.
Yeah.
It's just there, and they've already obviously got the network because they hired a qualified, bona fide salesperson.
What is it about this possibility that keeps you awake at night?
There's so many other things to keep me awake, I don't even think about it. I mean, I feel like if we gain 5 new clients a year out there, that to me is what success looks like. Because the client engagements are, anything from several $100,000 to close to $1 million. So 5 clients a year would be fine, and then word will spread. I'm not really anxious to, become the next Bain or something. We want to, and one of the questions that was posed, which I thought was a good one, was what do you want to do to preserve the culture? We don't want to change the culture. It's a culture whereby the employees really feel invested, even though they're not shareholders, and we'll lose that if we become too big. So I don't really want to be bigger than double of what we are. Mm-hmm. And that's our, we really want to have, our goal this year is $7.5 million. We want to be 15 million, and then basically not grow anymore. Then really just stay boutique. Because everybody, we'll have to have another layer in there. And we don't really want to do that. Everybody really enjoys what they do, and the business is profitable.
Yeah. Developing that a little further, do you have an end game in mind somewhere along the line?
I have one of two, because I always like to have plan B. One of my board members actually is a president of one of the business units at a big consulting company, and has expressed interest a couple of times in purchasing us when we get to the point where we want it. That's plan B, actually. Plan A would be to have the employees purchase, buy me out to some extent, but then stay on as chairman of the board and partially retire. I have a 12-year-old, so I still have 10 more years of work to do. I started late, so I gotta get him through college. And I don't see myself, I just came back from Florida, I don't see myself being one of the Q-tips driving around for the Blue Light Special. I think I'd go out of my mind if I did that. So I think I'll probably be here till I get too old to make the stairs.